on that one. That one got us. That's your main camera.
It's our backup.
Yo, what it do, TV Land? What it do? What it do, TV Land? Hey, man, you already know, man. You already know. It's your favorite host, man. CEO Nino Cappucino, a.k.a. Bunny Hunter BJ, the Breezan, man. And I got a special treat for y'all today. I told y'all it was coming this week. I told y'all, man. It's been a long time coming. Been over a year. We've been planning this for about a year, man, because we want to set the record straight in a lot of areas, especially for you fleas out there in TV world, man. Y'all know how I get out, man. Y'all know how it gets down. Listen, man, I got a special treat, man. Right now, what I need you to do, go push them like, share, subscribe button. Go tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, man. We in the building, man. Right here, man. We in the building. Redondo Beach style, man. We right here, man. We collaborated, man. ROE2024 in collaboration with Al Prophet, man. The Al Prophet Show. It's going down, man. Yeah, it's going down, man. A lot of energy in this building right now, man. It's a lot of smoke, too, and a lot of energy, man. Y'all know right now it's a special day, special treat. Y'all know I normally don't talk on my shows, but it's cool because we relaxing, we chilling, and we finna freestyle and give y'all some of the best stories ever, man. I got my rider, my youngin', my homie, STRECTHDOLLA in the building with me right now, man. Dollar, what it do, man? What it do? Whoa. Nixon Garden is in the building, man. NG, stand up, man. Nixon Garden is in the building. We right here, man. We in the building. Me and STRECTHDOLLA, man, and Al Prophet. So, yeah, man, listen. What we doing right now is a special double treat. I'm taking the time to interview my homie, feel me? Put him on the R.O.E show. Let that transition. So y'all push them like, share, subscribe button, man. Push them numbers. He's gonna tell y'all where y'all can reach him, where y'all can follow him. You feel me? This is a good guy, man. He's been through some things, man. So our whole momentum of being here and talking about what we're talking about today don't have nothing to do with bragging rights because we both already earned those. We earned those in the streets for real. So we don't got to come to the internet to get bragging rights. We don't need y'all to give it to us or tell us, oh, them two niggas official, they certified. We know this already, nigga. As y'all say, on hunters, we know this already, man. So we here to teach, bruh. We here to guide, to give provision, to give clarification on a lot of things, man. Hearsay, who say, the rumors, the bullshit, everything, bro. And to talk about the current affairs with Al Prophet, because Al Prophet got some current affair questions for us. So it's going to get juicy up in this joint, man. Y'all stay prepared, man. We right here. First and foremost, man, the way I start my shows off, as always, I start my shows off with collectively giving the audience the time and a minute to find out who the guest is. Because a lot of people out there in TV land don't know who BiG.STRECTH is, but you're going to find out today. So what I do is I go from the beginning to the end. So we're going to start off with the fact of where were you born and where were you raised, young homie?
I'm born and raised in Watts all my life since 1970. Nixon Garden, Bellhaven, Haciendas, you know what I'm saying? A little bit, all through Watts, but always been from the section.
Okay, and what schools did you attend to?
Shit, elementary, I went to 112th and Compton Avenue. Then I went to Markham Junior High for a minute, and then wasn't no more school. Shit, it was school of hard knock, jail time.
Okay, when you say that, because I know it's a transpired period right there where you, at some point, you transitioned and went to school, or you said you dropped out of school.
No, I actually was like, when I went to Markham, gangbanging was really.
What's that, a middle school?
Yeah, junior high. It's at an all-time high, then, coming from. When y'all was there, we picked up the slack. We had to pick up second generation. From Loaf and y'all, Reggie and all, and Terry Tone and them come from Markham. So, this middle school was split.
So what's elementary school did you attend to prior going?
Compton Avenue.
Compton Avenue, then Markham. Okay, good. Compton Avenue, 112, then Markham. Got you. Okay, now we're so now Compton Avenue, 112,
and then Markham.
You transitioning now from a young adolescent going into your teen years because you're going into middle school now. So middle school for us was, like you said, our young gladiator school was Markham.
Right.
Feel me? Either Markham or some of us went to Gompers. But Gompers was primarily ran by the Crips and half Anthony's Parks and Miller's gangsters.
Yeah, see, Gompers was like more of a Q-way school. It was more of a Crip school.
Because you had the main streets, the Broadways.
But Bunny Hunters went there. A lot of our homies had to go there, and they was there thugging.
Right.
And because I remember when we was going to Markham, because Markham was split. Markham was split between us and the rest of the Watts Crips on that side.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Jordan down the Great Streets, you feel me? The little fudge towns, a little nuthood, few nuthoods, but mostly you had.
Oh, pause that real quick, because I like that. I like the direction you just took on that.
Yeah.
Explain and express that to TV land out there, what you mean by that, because you just use a good valid word when you said Markham was split. And when you say split, do you mean the communities on hand were split? So Markham was like right in the middle of all the communities that were split in half from that school.
Between the two main gangs.
Gotcha.
In that section between our neighborhood and the Jordan Downs, which was the two main.
Right.
Watts, you know that already. So being that it was split, we had more homies going here than we did Gompers.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So we was able to hold down our part of the school. And people don't even fucking know that back then how rough and hard it was.
Question from an outsider.
Yeah.
How close are those two projects to each other?
In walking proximity, I would say.
Proximity?
Is walking on a straight parallel line.
Mile and a
Mile
half, give or
So you
take.
can bump into, you can just bump into.
No, we only separated by a
like you just said.
This school.
Oh,
School separates our borderlines.
Yeah, exactly. And the tracks, the railroad tracks,
Which is
primarily.
the school, because the school is next to the tracks.
Yes, exactly.
So basically, like he said, the railroad track.
But if you go to a store or gas station on Imperial, you have to bump into anybody.
Well, now it all depends.
on what part of the section
it all depends, because now we're talking about you in the Imperial Court area.
You talking
You're
about
the PJs.
The PJs.
You know what I'm saying? So now you down there
Which
in
actually,
a whole different area.
and
then you got Mona Parks.
At Peace it right
You know what I mean?
The Bonnie Hunters.
You can bump into all kind of people.
Yes.
Well, no. Let me say this: if you are an Imperial, like you said, if you're an Imperial between
Wilmington,
you can go even further, because right now
Mona Boulevard.
Yeah, because right now the PJs and the Nickersons are at peace. So if you go from there to there, it would say that would be them and us. That's or you know what I'm saying? But them and the hood. But if you go to really on some gangbanger stuff, it would be Wilmington, like the G homie said. Wilmington, would start us.
And people would have seen all this from this Menace Society they filmed.
Yeah, but see, in our day,
just bits and pieces.
You get caught lacking in our day.
It would have been too difficult.
Yeah,
you're gonna get an issue. It's different in the day.
Just to answer to that real quick, and then get back to him. In the Menace Society movie, that movie was only depicted and shot in the JDs, and it only showed certain cinematographers shot spots of that era, but it didn't show entire Watts, because if that was the case, the whole film would have had to been shot in Watts. It just showed certain spots, like it may show one or two of our alleys, things of that nature.
Our hood whacked out on them.
Yeah, so it's never been done on that magnitude.
Yeah, they still had to, but I got a gang of family from Great Street. And during the Peace Street time, I got a cousin that's really a nigga from there, and shout out to him, Nutsack. You know what I'm saying? He really like Great Street royalty. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird because how shit is fucked up right now.
Mm-hmm. So moving along, getting back to you being involved into middle school in Markham.
Right.
Give us a couple of your experiences at school, as far as all the way down to your thugging adventures. First, what I want to know is, what's one of your memorable moments at school with a good teacher that you probably liked and they was really trying to teach you?
Oh, Miss Farrell. Everybody was doing Miss
Female Miss Farrell?
She was white. And
what class was that?
She taught, I think it was language or something like that. But she was, you know what I'm saying? She favored us because she knew that we were outnumbered, but we held our ground. Type shit.
When you say that, we outnumbered, who are you speaking on?
The Bonnie Hunters.
Okay, Bloods,
probably. Yeah, the Bloods.
But how
Well,
does
the Banyans, because
but
in
you're
the
a student.
Hacianas.
You're a student though. How does she mix that with being a student?
Well, because she engaged with us more.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? She really
She's
like
familiar with both sides, basically,
she
because a
she
lot of
wasn't
teachers were.
she did her teaching for everybody,
Right.
but she favored us more, being like she knew that we were outnumbered, but we was holding our ground, and she knew that every day that we got out of class that we had to fight to get, you know, going back home. We had to fight.
It appears. It
You know,
appears.
once the class door release you, it's up. And so there would be times where I say she favored us, whereas say a few homies coming out of class and we getting rushed, she's gonna jump in the middle and be like, stop. You feel me? And then the other teachers wouldn't even engage or help. So she
that
would
made
even
that made that a memorable moment for you, or
there
like
was
a good moment
there
for her.
was there was more than one, because look, when I mean she was so engaged with our side that she would walk with students all out the gate, you know,
Right.
like with us with our books and
Hold on.
shit.
Okay. Hold on. That's another good point you just hit.
Yeah.
When you say the gate, describe the TV land, because there's 2 to 3 different gates.
Right.
And only certain sides can exit to those gates.
Right. So
break
you know,
that down.
we all go home when they release, you know, and it's kind of like this. When it release, everybody goes their section way.
Yeah, you got your Compton
There-
Avenue.
There would be days that, you know, there was no issues, right? And so the Crips, the Great Street side, when they released, they gone home, and then we gone home. We walked home in packs. They walked home in
But
packs.
I want you to explain.
Yeah, I'm finna explain. So now when you release, and that's why I'm bringing up the packs.
Okay, got you.
We would corral together before we take off.
Right.
To make sure everybody was good, because it doesn't matter if you gangbang or not. If you live on that side and they coming, your ass is getting fucked up, period. Oh, and that's the same way with us. So once we release, we corral, there's a gate that we would always exit on the side, on Compton Avenue side. And then the Watts Crips and the Great Street would exit on the back side by the tracks, and they would go home that way. So we would exit on the Compton Avenue side by the Hacianas, and most of the homies from the Hacies would venture off into the Hacies, and then we would walk straight up Compton Avenue, you know, maybe 30, 40 of us, you know,
Exactly.
you know, 50 of us, and we're walking, and everybody would go to the projects and go home, you feel me? And that's how we did it.
Man.
You know?
Okay, so now you got involved in your younger years. You went to your first gladiator school, which was Markham Junior High.
Right.
For a lot of us who grew up in that side
Oh,
of the
so
box.
wait, not to cut you off, big dog. So I was speaking about Miss Farrell, the memorable
Go
moment.
ahead. Another memorable moment.
So when we would walk home, she would walk a lot of us to Compton Avenue side and make sure, you know, because her presence would deter some of them.
Make a difference.
A difference to a certain extent. Because some niggas would
Everybody
run
had
through and be
respect
like,
for her,
fuck
basically.
that. They have respect as a teacher. You
And
feel
then
me?
they could call home to mama.
So her presence would, you know, kind of corral, you know, and that's how she would do sometimes. So this particular time while I spoke about Miss Farrell, and I wish her the best, because this, I really, you know, that's how engaged she was. We're on PE, and everybody's outside on the PE, on the gym field. Now, the field is split. The Great Streets is on one side of the gym field, and we're on our side, on the bleachers. You know, and we packed up, and we called it the bunny on the bench. You know what I'm saying? We're on the bunny on the bench. They down there on their shit. So now, there would be times where melees and shit. In this particular time, a melee had cracked off. And it's up on the gym field. We swapping. It's up.
It's going down.
It's going down. Right? And so they got, you know, times where both sides would do, but at this particular time, it was them. They had homies hopping over the gate, and it was getting too thick for us at that particular moment. So niggas started getting on. Some homies was like, and we was one of them, like, nigga, why you niggas, you know what I'm saying, getting on? But they had homies coming. So niggas started getting on. So now everybody's hitting gate. And the homie Vamp got stuck on the gate. And they was hitting the gate. Now I'm already over now. If I see everybody getting all right, but we out of here, we're gonna move, man. So we hop over the gate. Vamp was hitting the gate, and they caught him and grabbed his leg. And it was snatching him down.
So that motherfucker gotta go back.
And if they get him down, he's done. They're gonna whoop him out. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and they had my nigga on the gate, and Miss Farrell ran over there and she starts socking their arms and screaming, "Let him go!"
Wow.
And she was able for Vamp to get his leg loose and hop over the gate.
Oh,
And then we was like, you know how it goes, get this nigga don't squad here, that type shit. And
she got involved with that movie.
And
So
that's
a lot
why
of the teachers would not.
No. And this is why I had so much regard and respect for her. I had to bring the story up. That particular moment, I never forgot. Miss Farrell she saved the homie Val because they was pulling him. And she was like, "Let him go." And she was hitting his motherfucking arms and shit, right? And we like, I'm telling him, hop back over the gate. So we didn't start hopping back over the gate. Fuck it, nigga, we going out. And then more homies came, and then they started running, and this type of shit how
Like
it was
before,
back
yeah.
then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It would be like a tug of
Miss
war.
Farrell, yeah, tug of war, you know. Because
Wow, shout out to Miss Farrell, man, for her heroic moment, for her very heroic moment.
You know what I'm saying?
Very heroic moment.
She saved my nigga Vamp ass.
Yeah, LB Vamp, man. Vamp
She
D,
saved
man.
Vamp,
Yeah. So, okay, so moving along, you born and raised, grew up in Watts.
Born in Markham.
Going to Markham. Again, always, like I said, I always like to give my followers, my subscribers of TV Land a good backdrop of who they're listening to and who they're watching. So now let's talk about the household. How many siblings? And you had both parents growing up. Did you have both parents in the household growing up?
Both my
Question
parents,
one.
I grew up with both my parents in the house, dog.
Greatness.
You know what I'm saying?
How many siblings?
2 younger brothers.
And shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Dobie off top, man. You feel me? You know they know the boy, man. You know your boy, man.
Shout out to my
Shout out, man. You feel me? But anywho, okay, you got your parents and you got your siblings, your brothers. How many brothers?
2.
2 brothers in the household. So that's 3. That's 3 different characters growing up in the household.
Shout out to Lil Stretch, my
Yes,
shout out
sir.
to my brother Stone.
Stone, young Stone, feel me? Stone and Stretch. That's very interesting because we're gonna talk about that too as well. How growing up in a household, because a lot of cats out there in TV land, they don't understand the differential of it coming from us in our era when we was coming up. It was more say different. Like I heard a young cat that in this era, this generation, talk about his brother and say, if his homie seen his brother, oh well, fuck it. You know, if my brother, if they gonna knock my brother down, oh well, he shouldn't have been there. Hold on, follow me. So, and I'm looking at this, I'm going, really? I'm like, you mean tell me you that depth into your game where you wouldn't tell your homies, fuck that right now, cuz give my brother a pass. This is my brother, homie. I know we enemies, but give him a pass. Get your ass up out of here, Ray. You wouldn't do that? You would let your homies knock your brother head off? See, it go to show you the difference in this generation. We had morals, principles, values, and we had what you call the days where you get a pass. Sundays was off limits. If you caught a nigga with his mom and his kids on Sunday, bro, you better not pull a trigger because that was like meaningless. It was off limits because we had certain rules. So what I was getting to him about was using him as a prime example of the video I seen of this generation. Now here's a cat right here who grew up in a household where him and his brother, my young homie Stretch, a.k.a. Bolo Luciano, man. You feel me? The rapper, gangster, a real one. And by the way, if y'all ain't been down there yet, man, go down there to Compton Avenue. I mean, not Compton Avenue. Is it Compton Avenue? Yeah. Central in the hood. 112th and Central. Go to the burger stand, man, and get you one of them real burgers. Don't go to the other burger stand. Go to the homie burger stand. As long as I can help it, that's the way I'm a promoter. I don't know nothing about that other burger stand because I don't eat there, man. No discrimination to the homies, but I don't eat there, man. I'm good right now, Stretchy. But anywho, this is an example of a household where you had
It's medical marijuana.
2 primary real bloods grew up in a household with a real crip. And the homies, like you say, they grew up primarily all parts of Watts. But when moms and pops end up getting to a better situation because a lot of our parents worked at the factories or Martin Luther King, the hospitals back then, so they was able to make kind of good money. So they was able to obtain a nice big home, which was a big thing in Watts, to live in a house and stay in the projects. They stayed in a big ass house. I stayed nights in their house, so I know, bro. Feel me? They stayed in a big old nice home, their own rooms. Mom's cooked. Mom's lovable person. Pops disciplined, just like a real father, like they supposed. So we grew up with that shit, even though we were bangers. When I came over there, it was Mr. and Mrs. Dub. It wasn't no, oh, you know, I talk. It wasn't none of that shit, bro. It was respectable. Feel me? Because that's the way it was. So explain to them how that was when Kesey decided to say, well, fuck that. Even though he used to come to the hood, be in the project with us, all that. And we all know him, but he was from Franklin.
So what happened was, you know, shout out to my brother Stone, watch Franklin Crib Finest. I love you. You know, that's my bro. And you know, it goes back to my Markham days. So I'm still active. I'm banging hard, right? And we did to school. I ended up going to camp. I catch a case. I ended up doing 2 years. Most niggas go to camp and do 6 to 9 months. I'm in there fucking up how I go. And I ain't complied to these devil's rules. So I'm in and out the hole.
Busting on your ass.
Yeah. So, you know, I like while I was doing this time, I ended up doing 2 straight. And my little brother.
At what age?
I was
yeah, because you the oldest.
This time, this was when I first went in, it was 1980. I was like 15.
So it's 1980.
It's about 85, 86. No, 84, 85.
Let me ask an outside question. I won't ask too many. I just try to ask.
No, you good. Yeah, you straight.
I need you to talk to me.
So you guys are at the age of like you saw like the gang stuff was serious and bad in the 70s up to 80, and it was serious stuff going in projects. But then at some point in the mid 80s, shit
got real
went
active.
to another level. So this right, you guys are right at the age
that's
where
why we call it the bloody 80s.
Yeah,
because it was bloody.
So when you were young, it was bad, but it was some type of rules. But then it's some in your teens or something is when it went to the next extreme.
Yeah, the 80s when the real niggas was.
So that would have been about that age when you got locked up. Was when it was getting turning up even more.
It was around. I'm gonna tell you when I came in. They had already turned up under them. I
mean, it was turned up, but I mean, it went even more.
I'm finna tell you, I'm at the point right there where it really turned up at. Right up under them. It was already turned with them. It really, this is where they ignited with them. I come behind BJ and then Loaf and them, right? 1982, I went to juvenile hall. I was 12 years old. All right. I was 12 or 13 years old, went to the halls. I called a case. Then in 84, they sent me to camp. I went to camp and did 2 years straight. And during this time in the halls, I had hit all the juvenile halls. It's up. I'm going to the hall, fighting. Los Padrinos, Sillmore. I hit all them bitches, and I was in all, and I was in the hole in each and every one of these motherfuckers out. So now listen. We outnumbered, they rushing us, and so my big homies, they wouldn't allow us to be getting marked out. In the bunny house, we always set an example, and we set the lead in the system when we was gang banging. You know what I'm saying? And so by we having a lot of homies, we kind of thick, so we had numbers in the system, even though the Bloods were still outnumbered. You would run into more bunny hunters than you would in any other neighborhood. And maybe the PDLs start coming in a little bit. But we was one of the ones that led the way, you feel me? And so I came up under them, and I was a young leader up under them, you feel me? And I watched their leadership ways, and it broke off with me. So I knew that this was like how it's gonna go. So all them juvenile halls I'm hitting, I'm in the hole. Get out, they send me to camp. Do 2 years straight. I was 16 when I got out. The reason I'm telling you all is because this is how my brother Keyshawn Stone became a Keyway. I was away.
Right.
My mother then moved into the Franklins, which is still in Watts, but it's in the Watts Crip, man. The Franklins wasn't even Crips at this time.
Right.
Okay? These are brand new homes they built. And so all them youngsters that grew up in there, they looked up to me. It could have been the Stretch Gang, them, and not disrespecting them. You know, whatever I had chose at that time.
Just take go back a split second for me, because I want to implicate Stretch. Now we got Stretch. It's 2 stretches, you guys, for the record, TV Land. We got Big Stretch, Little Stretch. That's the little brother, A.K. Bolo, the rapper. Now, was Stretch Was he in camp at this time, or was
No,
what was
my
he?
brother had never did no time.
Okay, so he went in
Neither
jail.
one of them
Yet.
had been in jail.
Okay.
They were still young.
Still
See?
young. So Stress was like 11.
So when I'm 16,
11,
he's just
12,
now
13.
like 13.
Right, got you,
Right?
got you,
So,
got you.
But I'm already active.
And then Keisha was like 11,
Right.
12.
So now he's like, they're going to school. My daddy and mama's still on them kind of
Oh
tough.
yeah,
You get what I'm
yeah,
saying?
exactly.
I'm the wild one.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So they watching me, but then my little brother thinks that my little brother's little Stretch was already watching me.
Right, he watching you.
Right. Stone was really more trying to stay out the way because he was still the baby.
Baby, he was the baby.
Right.
Family.
So at this time when my mom's moved over there, got that house, my brother, Lil Stress was already like, okay, my big bro, right? So boom. But I'm going in and out the system now.
Mm-hmm.
So him and Stone was kind of like, two close brothers a year upon each other start having that beef type shit.
Yeah.
The baby, and I was brother sibling rivalry.
And not to mention, Stretch is a mimic of you now, because
Right.
He's big brother to Stone.
Right, and since I'm gone,
Yeah.
he pushing that line. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I'm the big brother, nigga, bro, gone, nigga, right? So I'm in and out of the system.
Yeah.
So this is how my youngest brother became a Crip. So now, after doing the 2 straight in camp, only stay out 5 months, B. And then they send me off to Y. I catch the case and go to use the.
So, but wait. So,
Right.
because shit is juicy. So,
Yeah.
when you say he became,
Yeah.
but when?
I'm finna get to that
Oh,
point.
okay.
So, but I'm breaking it down to you
Okay,
why
got
it
you.
all
Do
happened.
you think? Go.
So as I'm coming home in that 5 months, he's not gang banging, but what he's doing is hanging out in the inside of the Franklins and all the young homies.
Lil Freeze and
all them, my nigga, shout out to Freeze, rest in peace, while
Man,
Franklin Crip
man.
finding. So they hanging out with my nigga having all them. So now, at this time, they low-key favoring the Crips over here in this here. It was around 83, 82, they 80, whatever. And so, by my 2 brothers having a sibling rivalry, Stone is hanging out up in the inside. You get what I'm saying? And him and my brother is getting to the point to where he like, nigga, I ain't fucking with you. So my keyway, the little Crip niggas, my niggas now, and my brother and them, they started formulating the little keyway thing, playing around. I'm in and out the system, not really paying attention because I'm in and out the system, and I'm in the hood. I get out I do 4 years in YA. I'm going 4 years now. My baby brother didn't grew up.
So you went from the 2
to the
2
4
years in camp. Now you got another 4. That's 6 years.
With
That's a 6-year
a 5-year being on street.
Oh, and not to mention, your starting momentum was the juvenile hall. So you were doing 6 and 5, 6, 7 months out of that shit.
Right. And you know what I'm saying?
So you wasn't really having no time
to
left
really
at
spend
home.
with my
You
little
rebelled.
brother. Right.
From 12 to 18, you're mostly gone.
Yeah, he rebelled.
Yeah, from 12 to 19.
You
I got out
barely
at
at
19. Home. I was gone. I was only out for 5 months back in. And so I came home. Here's where it all popped off at. I came home after doing 4 years in YAB, right? And I walked up in the house and I went in the back room. And I'm fresh home and I'm looking at this shit. I've been gone 4 years. And I look around the house and my mom got this big old house. So I'm like, I've been gone.
Mm-hmm.
I go in the back room and I open up the drawer, looking at the drawer and shit. And the whole drawer is never blue rags. I'm like this. Like, what the fuck is this? The whole drawer, like wash ones and all type of shit. And I'm fucking flabbergasted because I don't know what the fucking thing. I'm not even tripping about no gangs. I'm thinking about gang shit, but I'm not.
But you just wondered why is it so big?
Why is a whole fucking drawer full of blue rags? And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? So I turn around, bro, and I look back, and my brother comes in there, a little stressed, and I say, what's up, nigga? I say, what's up with all these blue rags in the drawer? He said, nigga, I've been trying to tell you, nigga, Stone, trying to be a motherfucking Crip, nigga. You ain't listening to me, just my brother. We been out there going at it and shit, blah, I said, what the fuck? I didn't take this shit serious. I'm saying,
right.
You feel me? Because he had did mention it to me, but I didn't. I'm in out the streets. I'm out of his home and shoes.
You like, no, not
Stone. It's a phase.
Yeah, that's baby brother.
It's a phase because when they was young, they was saying all type of shit, playing around. So I'm like, I'm standing looking like, so he really. Now, Stretch is trying to turn him back home. You know what I'm saying? And at this time, my brother is too far gone. And because look, he like, Cause I got, was it 92? I got the pen, so it was 92 now, I think. Yeah. So he like 18 now, some shit, right?
Yeah.
Tall as a
And yeah, he
motherfucker.
got his height just like y'all, cause
Right,
all y'all
and he got
tall.
some weight on him,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he really crippin' now,
He feeling
right?
himself.
Man, listen, coming to the door, but I ain't seen my baby brother in some years. So when I'm in the room talking to my other brother, no stress, Stone comes in the room. He walks in. He look at me. He drop everything he had. And he had a tear in his eye. And he hugged me, right? And I hugged him and I sat there and I was like, look at my little brother. He done grew up, B. Now I step back and look at the nigga, right? The nigga got on blue chucks. He got a little blue rag hanging on his back pocket. He got his khakis on. And I look at the nigga, I said, this nigga really a crypto. But what can I do?
Right.
I can't change him now and say, no, well, why you feeling right? He already 18. He part of this shit. And so, and then his bloodline is real. So I looked at him and this is what he said to me. He said, man, Stretch, you know, me and my brother getting into it, blah, 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 whatever. You was gone. You know what I'm saying? This is where I grew up at. He said, well, I'm not following up to him. This is what he said. He said, I would never turn on what I represent. And he looked at me, B, I swear to God what he said. He said, but if you want me to be Baniana, that's what I gotta do, that I'm under you. I said, no, I wouldn't do that.
He just wasn't following Stretch.
He wasn't following my little-
Because they didn't get along. The Stretch really probably pushed that button line
and
on
that
him.
made him more go that
Right,
way.
made him rebel more.
You feel me? And so I looked at my little brother and I said, nigga, you wouldn't be real, nigga, if I was to do that, nigga. We one thing and one thing only.
Right, because you already there, so you good.
Look,
you know what I mean?
Just watch your ass out here, nigga. I'm glad to see you, nigga.
Yeah.
And then watch this, I swear to God, one night, I came home and my mama said, come here. I said, what? She said, your brother don't know these streets like you, Kevin. I said, yeah, mama. So she said, listen to me. I don't want to have my fucking baby. So you make sure he know the streets because he don't know how he coming home late night. I said, all right, mama, I'll talk to him. Swear to God, right? I went, and I ain't gonna even lie. You know, that's what else can I do? He out here.
Yeah.
I went and gave him his first pistol. And I said, nigga, this ain't for your homeboys, nigga. This for you when you walk in your punk ass home at night. That's how my little brother became.
Bars, man. Hey, listen, man, if you didn't know, man, you tuned in, you tapped in right now, man. The rules of engagement, the finest, man. I am your host, CEO Nino Cappucino, a.k.a. Bunny Hunter BJ, the breezehead. Sitting inside of me, man, I got STRECTHDOLLA, man, a.k.a. Big Stretch in the building. We are in the building, man. Watch finest, man. Nixon Gardens, man. We're here. Hey, look here, man. So, coming up in the household with two other brothers.
Right.
One brother turning Crip, the other two brothers representing the Nixon Gardens. One brother goes on. Well, actually, both of you guys were rappers. You just didn't take the game serious. And I used to tell you, your asses, get on your music, nigga, because you had you had finesse. You feel me? You was just as hard as Stretch at that time, man. You just didn't take the shit serious. Feel me? So, but now you got two brothers rapping in the game. As a matter of fact, all three of y'all ended up becoming rappers and rapping because Keeks was rapping his ass off too. Right. But now, one turned Crip, two turned Bonnie Hunters. Two beautiful parents, bro. I'm gonna continue to say that because I have so much respect for the Dobies. Because, like I said, I grew up with these guys. I grew up in the household with them many years. Me and Big G.I.'s, rest in peace, and other homies. You had to be a certain homeboy to even be able to come to the house. See, that's just how a lot of us to come to our homes and meet the parents and our loved ones and things like that. That knew you was close knit. You was a close knit homie, and our parents cared. Period. About any of the homies. That's how our parents was. And when he was just telling me about how his mama was getting on Keisha, I could just hear his though because that's how she talked. She had that Afrocentric look.
You had to be love to come.
Yeah, she had that Afrocentric look, you know what I mean? Short haircut, glasses, beautiful woman. Pops, tall, you know what I mean? So I love that family, bro. I really respected that family to the fullest. And Pops took care of me when I was shot up. Most of us coming out to Nixon, getting shot or get hit or in Watts, period.
Pops,
I got hit with a K. Pops took care of me. You remember from the time I came in until they was able to find me a doctor who...
because he was a nurse.
No, he worked at Martin Luther King, though.
Yeah, he did scrubs, everything. He did multiple things.
He worked at Martin Luther King for like 40 years.
And then also, my big homie, one of the OG Barker boys.
Joe Barker.
Gary Barker.
Gary.
He was a technician.
Yeah.
He
Yes,
took
he
care of
was.
me. He did my
Both
X-rays
of
and
them.
everything.
Did
Yeah.
my X-rays too.
You feel me? So
Yeah,
yeah,
shout out to the
man.
big homie.
So coming up at that time and era, and then like I said when we was explaining to Al about the bloody 80s. Now you fresh out of YA, you got your chest poked out, stressed and grew up on you. Keisha didn't grew up.
Yeah.
You just did 4 years, so you fresh out. All three of y'all have grown. So the characteristics has changed in the household, all three of you guys. Because I can remember days going in the house, me and you jumping out the whip and going in the house for a minute to get something to eat or whatever.
Yeah.
And niggas in there clashing. You feel me? Or stretching there barking. You feel what I'm talking about? And I gotta break you niggas up. You know what I'm talking about?
There was some big niggas. My brother, see, Lil Stretch is like 6'3", 300 pounds.
Love to eat.
Yeah,
Big black nigga, love to eat.
And he the president of Soul Brothers.
And he was the one on the Banging on Wax.
He was on Banging on Wax.
Yeah.
Power of Love. That's my little bro. You know, we had so many, you know, fights and all that, but it's love. You know, that's his family.
Simply. That's
There's
how
some shit I'm not gonna talk about now because y'all gonna have to come to the channel and get the book. You know, because there's some things that's personal that I'm not gonna share at this moment. But you know, growing up, I was always on the go in on the system. But go ahead, you was asking me.
So no, you fine. So now, growing up in the household and having those experiences with your siblings, and then having the strong neck background from your parents that you had, and you kind of fell off on your schooling because I know that your parents was pushing that on all three of y'all.
School.
Yeah.
You know,
so,
my pops was hard, BJ. Like I said, something I want to share once they, you know, come over to our channel and, you know, things and shit. And some of it is real personal, you know, and I'm willing to share, you know. But my pops was hard, and we'll talk about that. But I going to school. I had a rejection for school for some reason.
Why was that? Do you think?
I know now why.
Can you express that?
I think I'll give a dab. I don't want to get too much until we get over later.
Okay, that's cool.
You
Just
know,
give me
you know, I knew it wasn't for us. If you feel where I'm going.
Okay.
So
from a culture's perspective, is where I'm
my
getting.
Spirit,
it wasn't for us.
It wasn't for us, and my spirit was telling me that. It had, you know.
Even at that age, then.
Even at that age, then.
Oh, wow.
I don't, because I look back and now and can feel what it was. You know, I rejected it. I've never felt, you know, when the pledge of allegiance to the flag, I never felt it. So I knew back then, and then me being the king that I am today, you know what I'm saying, and a leader that I am today, and I don't mean it's just about gang stuff. I mean about knowledge, as you know, and everything, and leading when I was in prison.
Well, that wasn't a crazy belief because you know, in Detroit public schools, we didn't do it to pledge of allegiance.
They used to literally want to whoop us with a fucking paddle because we wasn't fucking the pledge of our allegiance. You know what I mean? I'm pledging my allegiance. That means I'm giving a verbal contract. But we talk about that later, you know.
Hey, listen, man, as y'all know, man, you tapped in, you tuned in, you buzzed in right now in the rules of engagement, man, the finest, man. I am your host, Nino Cappucino, a.k.a. Bunny Hunter BJ. On my close, I'm getting ready to close these out right now so we can do our continuance, man. Y'all tap in, y'all buzz in, y'all get ready for the new segments, man, that's coming out. You want to get the whole EP, you got to go to the channel, man. Y'all stay tuned. And y'all already know my motto out there, man. Don't drink and drive, man. Stay sober, don't drink and drive. And we can't help it over here at the Mighty W. We are taught to survive. And we out here. Yeah. So yeah, man. Moving along. Cut this one off too.
No, Al.
And this one. So Al, you had a question, Al? What was you saying?
Oh yeah, we didn't sing. We didn't. Detroit public schools didn't do. We